Welcome to Popcorn. I'm Peter Travers here at the 2008 Sundance Film Festival, and in a minute we will be talking to Alan Rickman, who has a movie here called Bottle Shock, and we'll talk about what it is. But to give you a little hint at what it is, let's take a look at Bottle Shock.
Wine is sunlight held together by water. The poetic wisdom of the Italian physicist, philosopher and stargazer Galileo Galilei. It all begins with the soil, the vine, the grape.
Alan Rickman, welcome to Popcorn.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about Bottle Shock. A little bit about what it is and what you're playing. Who you're playing.
True story. Set in 1976. I play somebody called Stephen Spurrier, who's still alive, great English wine expert. And in 1976, he was running a wine shop in Paris. He wasn't doing that well, and he thought, I'll find a way to publicize this. It was also, of course, the American bicentennial that year, so he put the two things together and thought, I'll have a blind wine tasting with all French expert panel in Paris of American wines and French wines, American wines at that time being sort of relatively unknown. So then he went off to the Napa Valley and met all these hick farmers, and he's in his three-piece suit and his briefcase tasting American wines, finding out that they're really rather wonderful, and bringing them back to Paris, where, to the horror of the French judges, they gave first place to the American wines, both in red and white wines. And it was a big event, because it
was a revolution in wine.
Opened the doors to the new world, and the new world of wines.
How did they attract you to doing this? Were you just the world's living wine expert in your own mind?
Not at all. I'd done another film with Randall Miller, which is coming out in the spring, called Nobel Sun, which I love doing and I think is a great movie. And I think he's starting to build a sort of repertoire of actors, because both Bill Pullman and I and Eliza Dushku are in both movies. Other people are not, and other people are new to one or the other. And I love working with him, and Jodie, his writing partner and producing partner. So it was a question, and I'm probably the only English actor he knows.
Did you meet this man that you're playing?
Not in person. I spoke to him on the phone. He's incredibly nice, and not to say a little eccentric, like a lot of English experts in their field, which kind of goes with the territory. But yeah, it was. He's somewhat attached to another potential movie. Never mind Sideways, and there's another potential movie about the telling of the red wine story, Stag's Leap. So he's a bit attached to that. So I think he was in a difficult position in terms of talking to me face to face.
What in terms of that Sideways factor? Because Sideways is an indie movie that comes out and nobody's even thinking about it while it's being made. It's being done under the radar, and then suddenly it becomes this example of its year of the little movie that could. Were you all aware of it while you were making it? Were you consciously on the set saying, we're a different movie completely, but what are we going to do about the existence of this other movie?
I loved Sideways. I thought it was a great film. I never thought about it once while we were doing it. No, I think there's certainly room. This is a whole different approach to the subject. This is about kind of heroic forces, really. And there is this, and it focuses on this ancient craft of watching grapes mature and turn into wine, and the people that do it, and a kind of philosophy behind it. 'And it's very human in that sense, but it's also quite gung-ho America. And it's very human in that sense, but it's also quite gung-ho America. And it's very human in that sense, but it's also quite gung-ho America. And it's very human in that sense, but it's also quite gung-ho America. And it's very human in that sense, but it's also quite gung-ho America. And it's very human in that sense, but it's also quite gung-ho America. And it's very human in that sense, but it's also quite gung-ho America. And it's very human in that sense, but it's also quite gung-ho America. And it's very human in that sense, but it's also quite gung-ho America. And it's very human in that sense, but it's also quite gung-ho America. And it's very human in that sense, but it's also quite gung-ho America. And it's very human in that sense, but it's also quite gung-ho America. And it's very human in that sense, but it's also quite gung-ho America. And it's very human in that sense, but it's also quite gung-ho America. And it's very human in that sense, but it's also quite gung-ho America. And it's very human in that sense, but it's also quite gung-ho America. And it's very human in that sense, but it's I guess. Which
Well,
is
it
probably a good
created.
thing.
I mean, Napa is a great place, and it happened. But a monster was kind of created after this happened.
True, and it also, did terrible damage to Merlot, didn't it?
Yeah, well, Sideways, yeah, totally. It's just the worst. But I was talking about the whole Napa, the California wine experience that your character kind of helps bring to the forefront. And now, if you go there, there's a lot of boutique wines. There's a lot of these specialty things that people are paying outrageous amounts for something they could have gotten before. But the great thing about wine, like movies, I think, in a way, is that they change. The harvest is never going to be the same.
Quite.
And it's a group of different people working together. So in the making of Bottle Shock, you're getting along with all of the actors you're working with in this, or is everyone a royal pain in the ass?
No.
Oh, Alan,
No,
just,
no.
come on.
Sorry to not give you
I
something
wanted a
to
little
chew
Judge
on
Turpin
there.
out of you here.
No, honestly, it's a great ensemble. Randy can't work without that atmosphere, and it's a great deal of mutual respect and fun.
Mm-hmm.